Off all blue tag items, the latest styles, the very best prices. Beautiful rooms begin at Belfort Furniture, Washington's premier furniture mall.
Tonight, breaking news on this special edition of World News Tonight. Millions take to the streets marching against the new commander-in-chief. The protesters shouting down the president's motorcade, defiance all across the country. President Trump's first full day on the job, his visit to the very intelligence agency he criticized. Now tonight, a different tune.
We're all on the same wavelength, folks.
And his first order of business, taking aim at Obamacare. Deadly tornadoes and the trail of destruction, where they are bracing for even more to come. 30 million Americans under severe weather threat. The avalanche that buried hotel guests alive, the race to save them, and the miracle rescues. And the world's most wanted drug lord back on American soil. The New York lockup that's housed some of the most notorious gangsters in history.
From ABC News, this is ABC World News Tonight.
Good evening, I'm Cecilia Vega reporting in from Washington on this historic weekend. President Donald Trump's first full day in office met by one of the largest inauguration-related demonstrations in U.S. history. A sea of protesters, mostly women, marching on Washington today. Organizers and other officials claiming big turnout. And not just here in the nation's capital, millions marched in cities around the country, from Los Angeles to St. Louis, Chicago to Boston. And take a look at the map. Those protests dotting the nation. An estimated 670 events taking place worldwide. This woman echoing today's themes of solidarity and defiance. Her sign, treat women with respect. ABC's Matt Gutman has been following the movement all day, and he starts us off.
Tonight, that boisterous condemnation of President Donald Trump filling the site of Friday's inauguration with a sea of pink beanies. Officials estimate about 500,000 demonstrators, but organizers believe 750,000 crammed into the city. The presidential motorcade passing right by some of those protesters. This was the view from Press Pool. That massive demonstration anchored by the kind of A-list celebrities that snubbed President Trump.
Welcome to the revolution of love.
But those thousands bearing placards with individual messages like girls just want to have fundamental rights and strong women equals strong world.
Streams of humanity are basically converging on this sea of people wearing pink beanies, all of them moving towards the White House.
Scenes like the march in Washington repeated across the country. Demonstrators coming out by the thousands. ABC's Mara Schiavo-Campo at one of the biggest rallies in New York.
Here in Trump's hometown, organizers say the crowds are exceeding the 150,000 people expected. The turnout so large, the city has to open up additional streets.
Here for Women's Rights.
Here we are in Tucson at the Women's March. There's over 5,000 people here.
We're all fighting for the same thing, equality.
From Melbourne, Australia to Denver, from Pittsburgh all the way to Antarctica. But so many of those protesters coming from all around just to march here in Washington. By plane and trains.
I've been on this train for about 4.5 hours now.
And buses, like this group calling itself the Faithful Nine, among 54 people to board this bus from a speck of a town in the Rust Belt called Yellow Springs in Ohio. Julia badly injured her ankle earlier in the week, so the community pitched in to get her here, even with that wheelchair.
The wheelchair and a lot of our tickets donated as well, so we wouldn't be here without a lot of the women that weren't able to go that donated tickets and things to us as well.
The faces in this massive crowd, old and very young.
You know you have the best seat in the House right now.
And Matt joins us now live from the scene of today's march. There were so many people out there, it took them a lot longer than expected to get to the White House, Matt?
That's right. There were so many people, those crowds so thick that formal organization essentially broke down. So folks were told to make their way to the White House any way they could. They ultimately nearly surrounded it, but Donald Trump wasn't in for most of the day. Still, they sent a message that was impossible not to hear. Cecilia.
A loud message indeed, Matt. Thank you. And as those protesters filled the streets of Washington, President Trump had a very busy first day, including a trip to the CIA. That face-to-face An about face for Mr. Trump after his public clashes with the intelligence community. And tonight, before White House staffers have even unpacked their boxes, a late briefing and strong words from the president's new press secretary. ABC's David Wright has more.
Tonight, President Trump is trying to make good on his vow to change Washington from day one.
We're all on the same wavelength, folks. We're all on the same wavelength.
Beginning by changing his tone at CIA headquarters in Langley, Virginia.
There is nobody that feels stronger about the intelligence community and the CIA than Donald Trump. There's nobody. You're going to get so much backing. Maybe you're going to say, please don't give us so much backing.
A marked contrast to the transition, where he practically went to war with the intelligence agencies after an unsubstantiated report surfaced claiming the Russians might be trying to blackmail him. Trump accused the intelligence agencies of being behind the leak.
That's something that Nazi Germany would have done and did do.
The Senate has yet to confirm Kansas Congressman Mike Pompeo, Trump's choice to lead the CIA, but Trump is forging ahead with his agenda. Among the first orders of business, signing an executive order as Congress prepares to dismantle and replace Obamacare. The White House and other federal agencies are also revamping their websites, for instance, scrubbing mentions of climate change. And Trump is blasting the news media over pictures that showed patches of empty space on the National Mall during the inauguration.
We had 250,000 people literally around, in the little bowl that we constructed. That was 250,000 people. The rest of the, 20-block area all the way back to the Washington Monument was packed. So we caught them, and we caught them in a beauty, and I think they're going to pay a big price.
Tonight, the White House released new photos to bolster Trump's claim, but this shot, taken from the Washington Monument at noon yesterday, tells a different story. There is no official crowd estimate. Today, even as those throngs of protesters took over the National Mall, marching for women's issues, inside the White House, Ivanka Trump and her husband Jared Kushner posed on the balcony, taking in the view. The Trumps, the ultimate New Yorkers, are making themselves at home here in Washington. Even the theme song Trump chose last night for his first dance at the inaugural ball sent that message. He'll do it his way.
And David Wright joining me here in Washington. David, there have been questions about possible nepotism violation involving the president's son-in-law and his new role in the White House. But tonight, news on that front?
That's right, Cecilia. Late today, the Justice Department released this 14-page memo that says that the anti-nepotism laws won't prevent Jared Kushner from serving in a job in the West Wing. Interestingly, among the precedents that they cite is Bill Clinton's decision to put Hillary Clinton in charge of health care. Cecilia?
Okay, David, thank you. We want to turn next to the showdown playing out right here on Capitol Hill. Donald Trump may be in office, but his cabinet is nowhere near ready to go. ABC's Mary Bruce tells us what's holding things up.
Tonight, President Trump is getting to work, but most of his cabinet is not.
All my political people, they're not doing so well. The political people aren't doing so well, but you. We're going to get them all through, but some will take a little bit longer than others.
Just 2 of Trump's nominees have been green-lighted, General John Kelly for Homeland Security and General James Mattis for Defense Secretary, reporting today for his first day on the job.
Mr. Secretary, what's first on the agenda today?
A delayed vote on Congressman Mike Pompeo for CIA director causing outrage among Republicans.
Why in the hell won't we just go ahead and give the president his national security team?
13 cabinet secretaries are waiting in the wings.
We have by far the highest IQ of any cabinet ever assembled.
But critics aren't convinced. Rex Tillerson, Trump's pick for Secretary of State, is even getting pushback from Republicans. Pivotal Senator Marco Rubio is still undecided.
We don't have anything to announce right now, so we're working through the process. Well, when we have an answer and we have a decision, we'll certainly let you know, all right?
Others facing opposition, Congressman Tom Price, Trump's pick for Health and Human Services. He would lead the charge to dismantle Obamacare. And former Texas Governor Rick Perry for Energy Secretary, an agency he once wanted to eliminate.
After being briefed on so many of the vital functions of the Department of Energy, I regret recommending its elimination.
Democrats are accusing Republicans of trying to rush through their nominees.
We intend to have a full and rigorous debate on the president-elect's remaining nominees.
And Mary joins us live from the White House tonight. The cabinet positions not the only ones that still need to be filled. There are hundreds of jobs behind the scenes needed to keep this country running, and Trump's administration is behind in filling those.
Yes, Cecilia, of the 690 positions requiring Senate confirmation, the Trump White House has filled just 29. Now, in the meantime, to ensure continuity, Trump has asked 50 Obama officials to stay on, including the official tasked with taking the fight to ISIS. Cecilia?
A very busy week ahead. Mary, thank you. And of course, much more on all of this on This Week. Tomorrow, George goes one-on-one with Kellyanne Conway, the counselor to the president. And turning now to the deadly weather threat, 30 million Americans in the danger zone tonight. At least a dozen tornadoes ripped their way from Mississippi to Georgia, leaving this church in East Hattiesburg in ruins. State Emergency Management confirming at least 4 weather-related deaths and 20 injuries. And now even more dangerous weather is headed their way. Another tornado watch right now. ABC's Adrian Bankert has the latest.
Tonight, destruction across the Deep South after that string of deadly tornadoes. Mississippi, the worst hit, now in a state of emergency. The city of Hattiesburg at the heart of the destruction. Trees smashing through rooftops, homes decimated, walls gone.
This is what's left of our house.
Daryl McMorris's home leveled. His daughter's mattress thrown into a tree.
Next thing you know, everything just uprooted, tossed like a rag doll, and then slammed to the floor and everything on top of me.
His neighbor in tears, seeing the damage for the first time. Winds reaching at least 136 miles per hour. This church ripped apart, only the brick walls left standing. The same spot hit by another tornado 2 years ago. And the campus of William Carey University destroyed.
Johnson Hall, gone.
Cars overturned, the side of this brick building torn off. The roof of this lecture hall collapsed. Firefighters using their bare hands to rescue this woman trapped under her house. 4 dead, more than 24 homes destroyed. On the West Coast, residents slammed with torrential rains triggering mudslides. Philip Mena in the damage zone.
Crews have been trying to clear mud from this neighborhood all day. Residents have been trying to dig out, making a path to their homes.
Officials worried with even more rain on the way, the damage will only get worse. This is all that's left of one woman's home. Her trailer ripped completely from the porch. Many here don't have insurance, so they're waiting for the Red Cross and FEMA for assistance. Cecilia?
Okay, Adrian, thank you. And that threat isn't over. I want to bring in senior meteorologist Rob Marciano tracking it all right now back in New York. Rob, the greatest risk for tornadoes tonight. Where are you watching right now?
Well, we've already got round 2 firing up across Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas. Watches and warnings already there. And then another hot spot down across Mobile, Alabama. But really anywhere from Little Rock down to New Orleans, all the way to Charleston will be the threat tonight. And then through the early morning hours, we could see tornadoes pop up again in the same places like we did early this morning. And then tomorrow afternoon, getting through Georgia, the Carolinas, and all of Florida, we could see significant weather there. There are your watches, and then watch the maps in the motion as this upper low begins to spin its way across the southeast into the Carolinas. And then it becomes more of a coastal low. So we'll see significant rain and wind across parts of Jersey, the Delmarva, and eastern New England. All the while, another powerful storm system heading into California. So 2 significant storms on both coasts. Cecilia?
You'll be tracking those all night long. Rob, thank you. We want to turn overseas now to the desperate search for survivors after a resort hotel in central China was slammed by a landslide. At least 2 people killed, 15 people trapped in that rubble. Many hotel guests still missing tonight. And in central Italy, stories of survival after an avalanche. Their resort guests buried alive and now rescued. ABC's Jennifer Eccleston reports.
Rescuers scrambling to save the 6-year-old girl, shouting, "Be careful," then celebrating her miraculous survival. Incredibly, 2 more children freed.
Quanti bambini eravate lì sotto?
Warm clothes and an air pocket helping to keep the children alive. The boy saying the adults were in a room next door. Their condition unknown. 9 lucky survivors now rescued from Wednesday's massive avalanche. This boy and his mother the first. It's believed to have been triggered by 4 large earthquakes. Emotion now overwhelming exhausted rescue teams, one calling the scene the apocalypse. Those 3 children recovering at a nearby hospital. The death toll stands at 5, and there could be 20 missing. But Italian authorities insist this is still a rescue operation. Cecilia?
Jennifer, thank you. There's still much more ahead on World News Tonight. This Saturday, the mysterious disappearance of a college student. Her last known interaction might surprise you. And making sure El Chapo stays put, the high security lockup where he's now being held, and the famous names who've been there before. Caught on camera stealing a bucket of gold, how months on the run ended for the suspected thief.
This is ABC World News Tonight, brought to you by Progressive Insurance.
I had that dream again, that I was on the Icelandic game show. Everyone knows me for discounts like Safe Driver and paperless billing, but nobody knows the box behind the discounts. Oh, it's like my father always told me, put that down, that's expensive.